I love competition. I think competition is really what makes, for excitement, and it really pushes the world along.
Todd Boehly has stakes in some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment. They include the Chelsea Football Club, LA Dodgers, LA Lakers, and the Golden Globes. The American billionaire co-founded Eldridge Industries in 2015. Besides sports and entertainment, its diverse portfolio includes insurance, technology, real estate, and asset management. I'm Sumiko Tan from The Straits Times, and we're meeting at Kerry Hill Architects in Tanjong Pagar. Kerry Hill is designing a development for him in Beverly Hills. Over lunch from Coriander Leaf, Mr. Boehly reflects on his early years, investment philosophy, and philanthropy. Mr. Boehly, could you share, what Eldridge is doing in Asia?
Right now, Eldridge is establishing a couple offices here. So we have an office in Singapore. So we're really exploring the market opportunity and thinking about how we want to be allocating our time and our resources and putting together our game plan.
What's your game plan?
We're establishing two businesses here. We have our Eldridge Capital Management business, which will be growing our fund business here. And we also have our partnership with Nexus, which is exporting live entertainment, intellectual property, location-based entertainment ideas from America and Europe into Asia.
We are at Kerry Hill, the architects, and you are building a development in Beverly Hills?
Correct. One Beverly Hills is our big project in partnership with Aman, and we're in the process of building 1.4 million square feet, 2 residential towers, 28 stories and 32 stories, and a new Aman hotel, as well as an Aman club.
Your investment in Chelsea, could you explain how you got into the EPL?
So we first started looking at the EPL in 2014. And then we looked at Chelsea in 2018 and was well positioned because our background in sports. We had the opportunity to invest in it when it became available.
Do you have a personal interest in football?
I love football and I love all sports, and I love competition. I think competition is really what makes for excitement. And it really pushes the world along. Now, if you look at things that become competitive, they always end up being better. Right? Competition always gets the best out of businesses, it gets the best out of sport, it gets the best out of people. One silly example is for years, skis were very flat and very straight, and there was no evolution in the ski. And then all of a sudden the snowboard came around, and the snowboard really woke up the ski and said, what are you doing? And all of a sudden all these new skis started coming out that were so much better for performance, all because the snowboard showed up. So to me, competition really pushes evolution and builds better and better product and better experiences.
You have investments in basketball and baseball and football. How different are the fans?
The fans are demanding. I think growing the game and growing it internationally and continuing to add to the fan base. And of course, you're there in service of the fan. Your job is to deliver for the fan. We're excited about being the position that we're in with the Dodgers, and and ultimately we want all our teams to be that successful. The real way that you make this work is you find a superstar from one of those markets. And then you can really build the fandom in that marketplace.
How do you choose which sports team to invest in?
We've always been very focused on kind of the team, the history of the team, the location of the team. And personally, one of the things that we've been drawn to is really big cities. And big cities, we think, are more able to support competitive teams. So what we've always been drawn to is big markets and big cities with big brands.
You also have investments, of course, in showbiz.
Yeah.
Right, which is your proudest acquisition.
One of the things that's been very successful is A24, which is a film and TV production company that, I was there the day it started. So Daniel Katz, Mike DeMasso, and I sat down and penciled out kind of what A24 could be. And then Daniel and his team that he built really led the development of A24. So that's been, a great success. Being there from the very early days, really is satisfying because it's really hard to grow a brand from scratch. A24 in America, when you talk about it, it stands for something. It stands for excellence. It stands for, kind of creativity. It stands for independence. It stands for taste, right? So all these things are hard to figure out how to get a brand to have this type of meaning, especially a brand that, is really barely 10 years old.
Do you ever get tired? Because you have so many businesses.
Sure, there's days where I'm more tired than not, but it's really intellectually stimulating to be able to build so many businesses with so many great leaders.
Right. Is there a common thread in all you do?
I think the simple answer is, we look for what people want and what people need. And, I think insurance and real estate is obviously what people need, and sports and media and entertainment are what people want. The further extension of that is great management teams. We have a philosophy of when we see something that's working, we want to feed the stars. So when we find one that's really working, then our goal is to really lean in and help it grow. It's hard to not have energy when you see, great opportunity.
Could we talk a little bit about your philanthropy?
My oldest son is epileptic, and he had seizures, and he's had brain surgery. There's been no more seizures, but epilepsy therefore became, a big focal point for me. We're also very involved in the prostate cancer and all things related to prostate cancer, and then I'm very involved in the Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream. It was going to be a great testament to the great elements of America. I think is a dream well beyond America. I'm proud to be a founder of that.
What do you want your legacy to be?
Most importantly, I want to be a great dad to my 3 kids. Because obviously, they're the extension of me and my wife, and ultimately, that's really what we'll leave behind on this earth. And so if I can give them kind of the energy and the ability to continue to grow and to have great integrity and to continue to develop in direction that they want, that to me is probably my number one goal.
Thank you very much for having lunch.
Thank you very much.
Could you recommend some places, off the beaten tourist track?
Definitely Miyoko and Madarao, where you have beautiful mountain, beautiful lake.